because today is a special day. Like we said last time, Jim Carrey is here. Give it up, everybody.
Guys,
He's here.
I'm going to clap farther away from the mic. Now that I'm looking at the waveform on Audacity. Jim, thank you for coming.
Jim, thanks so much. We know you from
the streets.
the streets. You're big around the streets in particular.
He's big on the streets. He's a
as
big
well
streets guy.
as movies. He's in movies. He's in my favorite movie of all time. Can you guess which one that is?
Jim Carrey is in your favorite movie of all time?
Yep, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
So I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I already know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I have not seen 2001's A Space Odyssey. However, I'm fairly certain. Emphasis on fairly, and not 100%.
But not 100%, so you could be
not 100%,
wrong.
So I could be wrong.
What you will say may, and it probably will be wrong.
Probably will be wrong. I'm wrong a lot, and you
Yeah.
know, I think that's okay. I think that one of the bravest things you can do as a human being is admit that. It's actually not brave. You should just do that. It is brave for some. It's tough for some. If you're a narcissist out there, I know it's tough to admit when you're wrong. But you're wrong a lot, as we all are. I'm wrong a lot. I don't think he's in that movie.
Let me get this straight. You don't think that Jim Carrey is in the world-renowned 2001 A Space Odyssey? You always bring up Google, bro. You're always on the computer. I hate this shit, man. Obviously, he's not in the fucking movie. It's ridiculous. Can you lock in?
Oh, no. There he is.
He's
Shit,
not.
yeah,
in
he's
the
right
movie.
next to Douglas Rain.
No.
Yeah.
No. I need
Jim,
you to lock in for me, Henry.
I am locked in for you.
We're doing
What do
a
you
damn
want?
podcast.
Yeah, what do you want from me? I'm trying to support your bit. Where I go in and I debate, and I'm against you, and we're clashing.
Right.
And then I find out that I'm wrong. Because it's brave to be wrong.
See, and that's where you're wrong, and I'll say that because
Okay.
we don't. You always come from the perspective we're always against each other. We're always at each other's throats. Okay.
This is not me. I'm
It's
never
ridiculous.
You're
You were
wrong.
just like this, which means you're always like this.
Like this. Okay, so that's assumptuous, actually.
We're supposed to be working together. Like this is we're playing Mario Party in the damn car.
Okay, Mario Party is
You know what I'm
not-
saying?
You picked the worst example.
No, but that is what it's like though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is like Mario Party in the
Like,
car.
we're
Mario
both-
Party in the car is an awful example of working together. I think that
We're
may
both
be
trying to get
more-
our stars, okay? But we're
Yeah.
in the damn car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's tough.
You don't want to bring the car off to like the side section where that has like the Bowser space or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, you wouldn't want to.
You gotta
No,
work
that's
together a
bad
little bit.
for the car. Yeah, you do. That's true. You know what? You're right, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
In other news, it's the anniversary of January 6th. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
It's not.
It's
also,
episode
but-
8000. Happy January 6th to all who celebrate.
Yep, happy January 6th to all who celebrate. If you celebrate, please don't watch this podcast.
It is also January 11th, but it's January 6th in our hearts always.
I don't know. It's not. I don't like that one.
Do you ever think about how that is our 9/11?
I don't know. It's not.
You don't think it is?
No, it's not. Nobody died.
People did literally die. I don't know what you're talking about.
At January 6th?
Not a lot of people. Certainly not 2,991 or whatever died in
Yeah.
9/11.
Did they actually?
I think someone died. Someone probably got trampled, right?
So I'm not going to look at the Google anymore. Me and my
Okay.
phone. Me and the computer. I'm not going to. Me always on the computer.
Well, you're
I'm not
always
going to be.
Googling shit, bro. You're always giving Google a
I'm
reason
Jamie,
to
okay?
pay somebody else's bills. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, man. Yeah, you're right.
You're not
I'm
Jamie,
sorry.
you're Henry. Don't try and be someone you're not.
Now I'm just getting flack.
Jamie, bro, you don't want to be Jamie.
No, I don't. But we don't have a Jamie.
The dark side of Jamie, dude. People don't know. They need to make a documentary on it.
Oh yeah, about Jamie from the Joe Rogan podcast.
He contributes to global warming, and he donates to certain political parties. He has ideologies and opinions.
All people contribute to global warming. We talked about that in class today, and then my professor ended the lecture with, "Well, you depressed yet?" We all went, "Okay, cool."
I have never contributed to global warming, and that is true.
That is not true.
It's all the powers that be that contribute. A helpless cog in the machine, a person who does not have power.
Right.
Okay. I don't control the supply of
You don't control the weather. That's the job of
I certainly
the
don't
government.
control the weather. That is, people who work on the Sky Dome, they make the weather schedules.
You would think that they could just make the Sky Dome better, right?
You would think that they would do that.
Like the reason that the Earth is so hot is because the Sky Dome lets in all the infrared waves, and then they become lower, so they can't exit anymore.
And it was weird when
but they could just make it out of something else.
They came out with the most recent patch notes, and they said there's going to be more hurricanes. Actually,
yeah, they did say that. It's actually some parts of the Earth are getting colder. So global warming,
yeah,
not real, pal.
Kind of silly, but
kind of silly. People are like, "Oh, the Earth is getting hotter." Really? What about Palo Alto, California?
Why is it 23 degrees outside right now?
It doesn't feel like it's getting any warmer.
It's certainly not getting any warmer. It just can't be. Because the engineers said otherwise.
Yeah, the engineers who released the patch notes.
And Jamie's one of them. He's sitting at the damn control panel as far as I'm concerned. That's probably his, like he does the podcast on the side, and then he has like a remote work from home job.
Yeah, that was just, yeah.
He has one of those.
He found it on LinkedIn, and they were like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, I'll sign up for that." And he put in his resume, and they were like, "Check."
Yeah, he has one of those. You ever see like the setups pilots have for like their flight simulator? He has like that, but it's like a dome in his house. Like he has a living room, but it's just like an igloo.
It's just like a giant geodesic dome, and like each different panel is a computer screen.
Yeah, they're all touch screens. You can tap on all of them.
Yeah, no, I have one of those at home. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
as we all do.
If you don't, you're telling me you're not living in Fahrenheit 451? Come on.
You don't live in a geodesic dome?
It's 2024. Let's get up to speed, people.
What?
Don't you?
Let me guess. You ride to school every day on like one of those bikes with like the giant wheel in the front and the really tiny wheel in the back?
Yeah.
Huh, pal? Okay.
You're still using a knocker upper to get up in the morning instead of a fucking...
The alarm clock?
The alarm clock, dude.
Yeah, why would I need that?
I have one of those things where I turn the dial on the back, and then it like when it goes off, it jiggles a bunch, and it creates like a mini earthquake on my nightstand, and it sucks, and it's just loud, and I hate it.
Right.
But
and
it's
you
the
can't
only
turn
thing
it
that
off.
does
You
that.
just have to wait for the dial to reach the end. And you can't force it there because then it'll break, and then you're fucked because then you need to buy a new knocker-upper.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. Dude,
and you don't want to have to get a new knocker-upper. You want to keep them on their schedule.
Can't believe that is an actual phrase.
Top 10 side hustles in 2024. Just get a long-ass stick so you can bang on people's windows at 6:30 in the morning. Just walk down the street,
Pay you $10. Straight up, $10 is a lot. But, like, that would be a really good subscription service, I think.
No, it wouldn't.
I think it would. No, it would. See, and this is you and I on being on opposing sides again. Can't we just have
right? But remember, we're still in the same car.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
We're both trying to get to the same end goal here. Okay. Let me tell you something.
That being,
Spotify and a knocker upper do not have the same amount of value.
I don't know if that's true. I think the knocker upper might have more value.
No, it doesn't, especially considering the fact that...
It's like a $2 a month thing.
No,
and some
not
dude
even,
just
honestly.
He just comes to your house and he pretends that he's breaking and entering to scare the fuck out of you so you wake up. It's perfect.
You give him a key to your apartment, you let him in, and then he sets off the alarm inside the apartment and leaves. So that way you have to get up, go downstairs, turn the alarm off, and then by the time you do that, the police have arrived and you have to assure them that it's all good.
And and it sucks because like multiple people in your block have the service. So the police are like super overwhelmed as well.
They're probably trying to petition to get rid of this, but it's a valuable service to everyone.
But the thing about it is that you're all very awake now because you're very angry.
The whole
it's
block,
hard to go to bed,
everyone's fucking alarms going off at the same time.
They say the secret to a good marriage is never going to bed mad. But this service can fix that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pitch that one, Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, get on that. I don't know what... You ever see some of those companies on Shark Tank, they go on and they're like, we did $2 million in sales last year. We have a website. We do commercial. Like, they already do everything. And it's like, why are you
like,
here?
Why the fuck you on Shark Tank? Seems like you kind of already got it figured out, pal.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why are you going to give these people part of your company for like $500,000? If you're making $2 million a year, just wait a quarter of a year.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. They'll be like, yeah, we made $2 million in profit, and we're looking for a $500,000 loan. I'm like, blood, where's all that money going, huh?
Shark Tank has to be one of the most expensive TV shows ever, right? Because, like, the sharks, they dole out quite literally millions of dollars on the show.
But does that go into that can't be for the budget of the show. They just bring on people who are already fucking loaded as balls.
No, but they are so business savvy, they probably have an idea of how much money they want to spend, right?
I guess that's true. They got to set a budget.
I mean, I wonder what, like, the average amount of money spent on, like, an episode of Shark Tank is. That'd be interesting to know. But unfortunately, Google is down today.
Yeah. So that's why I used the sponsor of today's video, Microsoft Bing.
DuckDuckGo.
Do you know that they... Oh, no, actually, it's not DuckDuckGo. Never mind. DuckDuckGo is kind of goated.
Yeah, I use it. And that's all I have to say about that.
Nice. I'm happy for you.
Moving on. Speaking of technical advancements in the world today, which is definitely something we were just talking about. Did you see the kid that beat Tetris?
Yes!
Yeah.
Did you see the news woman who was roasting him for it?
That's what I was gonna say next. So this kid, he plays Tetris for so long and so well, and he's so good at it, and he's also like fucking 11 or some shit.
He's like 13.
He's very young.
Very young.
Yeah. And he just he plays for so long that the game like reaches some integer max error and it crashes. And the game just fucking stops. He's the first person to ever do that in the history of all humans ever.
Isn't that crazy?
He then later met the guy who made Tetris.
Oh, really?
In fucking 1972 or whatever.
Is that
I forget
that
the guy's
still
name.
alive?
I watched. He is still alive. He's like he's an old Soviet computer programmer or something like that. I forget his name. I watched a documentary on it though.
Is that the movie that they made about the story of Tetris, or are you talking about something else?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Fair enough.
But the kid met that guy, and then
excuse me.
On the news, there was a news lady. She just gets up there. She says, something greater than she will ever accomplish in her entire life, and then she's like, I don't know, maybe the kid should like go outside, like just completely unprompted. She's like, that's not really a life goal. Dipshit.
Yeah, and then she goes, ah.
Yeah.
It's just like I get it, like, and
I don't get it at all.
No, sorry. So I get the perspective of people being like, oh, video game bad for you. Go outside. Nah.
Well, they're wrong.
But it's like they are wrong. I don't know why people like. I had a super great conversation with my mom over winter break about how, like, I think that something really important about developing any relationship with anyone is, not that you have to have similar interests with people to, like, forge a good relationship.
Yeah.
But it's really nice if like you can talk about things that you're interested with someone. It's easier to talk about things that you're already comfortable with people that you know, because it's something you're familiar with and something that you like.
Right.
And so my mom has been like very anti-video game her whole life. And she's like a little bit more lenient now, and obviously I live on my own, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. She was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna, like, we don't see eye to eye. I still think that they're like a waste of time. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like all those times that I, like maybe I'm not super interested in like hiking or like talking about the outdoors in the national parks, but like I'll do some research so I can like have a good conversation with my mom. It's like, no, like, nope. I feel like there's still just like a very negative outlook on like video games in general, like in media still. Which obviously this news lady likes to show.
What is it with women and not thinking hobbies are okay? Can we talk about that?
I don't think we can. I don't know if that's true.
What do you mean? But it's like,
No,
but these people who hold these opinions, they just must not have hobbies. Like, I don't know.
I was just waiting for you to just be like, these women.
But it is, okay, look, the newscaster is a woman. Your mom is a woman. My mom is a woman. All three of these people must not have hobbies. I mean, I know my mom does not have hobbies. She's told me that.
My mom likes to go outside, and she likes hiking, and those are her hobbies. And then she also works, and that's her life. Which, like, no judgment,
and
but I feel
fine.
I feel like general intelligence and awareness of things that exist in the world is way higher today, like with your and my generation, than it was. Like, we have way more opportunities now than like our parents did when we were their age.
Yes.
Or when they were our age. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'm sure my mom would have been like, she probably still wouldn't like video games if she was like a kid now.
Or maybe if she just had parents that taught her what fun was. Like, you don't think that could have also happened?
Yeah, see, I'm trying to defend it, but also, like, I have a friend whose parents just, like, fucking love video games and, like, play with them and, like, try and take interest in their child's needs. So maybe I just have it all wrong, actually.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, some people, they just, they realize that some things in life are just not that important. It's not that big of a deal. And you can just smoke weed, chill, vibe, wall punch, you know?
Well, I don't think that smoking weed and chilling and vibing are on the same plane as like wall punching.
Well, sometimes you gotta punch a couple walls.
Yeah, but like
accidents happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you get into a car crash and it's whatever. You walk it off.
Okay.
You say, "Thank God I was in a Subaru."
The sponsor of today's video. Thank you.
Subaru and DuckDuckGo on the same wavelength.
The same video. Yeah, we're actually kind of popping off recently with the sponsors. Thank you guys so much.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
I do know what you're saying. I will say that
like these same people, they're just like, oh, I really want to see the Billy Joel movie, and it's like, shut the fuck. Like, that isn't a waste of time. Come on, let's be real for a moment.
Like, hear me out. I don't think it's morally right to make fun of those people for liking those things because they made fun of me for liking the things that I like, you know? Like, I think it's
morally okay to cast the second stone.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm going to come out and say it right. I 100% agree with you. I think that it is one of the most valid things that you can do is if you are being fired upon to fire back. I do not think it is morally incorrect to do that. However,
it doesn't keep you on the high ground necessarily. You kind of bring yourself to the same level.
You do a little bit, which I don't really like love to do.
But the first stone does matter more.
I agree with you, and I think that the court of law should agree with us as well.
Yeah. If O.J. Simpson goes back on the streets and he murders my family, I should be allowed to murder him.
Yes.
Without consequence.
Yeah.
As long as I do not cause property damage, I think it's okay.
I also think that that's fine.
Or if I do cause property damage, like if I throw him through a window or something, then I just fix the window and it's all good.
Yeah, we all have this capitalism thing where everything's run about money and all that, where really we should just live in a lawless world based on power,
Yeah. And since we're touching on O.J. Simpson while we're here, I'd like to not leave the area for a moment.
Okay.
I went on to the interwebs
what did he do
earlier.
Right.
And
Even though Google was down.
I was like, I just think it would be, well, this was before Google was down, right?
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
This was
I really want to know
before
where this
the
is going.
big internet outage of 2024, which if you're watching this in the future is a real thing.
It happened 11 days in. Oh, really?
Yeah, you can look it up. It happened this year right now. It's on Wikipedia.
Okay.
But I really wanted like a football jersey because I was like, this is just like funny for me to wear it.
Yeah.
Because I don't care at all. So I was on the Browns website or their shop or whatever. I don't know if it's their website, but I found a jersey. Apparently there's a Browns player called Nick Chubb. So his jersey just says Chubb on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta buy this. But then I was like, damn, it's $130. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Why the fuck are
now
jerseys for any sport so expensive?
Because they need to make money, I guess. I don't know. But then I was like, what if I get an O.J. Simpson jersey? Because I think there's no follow-up to that. I just think it would be good.
Oh, that's it.
Or maybe not good. What? Good is not the right word, but...
It'd be funny.
It would certainly be funny. What are you not Googling? What are you searching your mind for?
I'm searching my mind for where he played, what team he played on.
The Buffalo Bills.
Of course he fucking did. One of my least favorite people is from Buffalo. No one good comes out of Buffalo.
Who's one of your least favorite people?
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Okay.
That's all.
You know what? Sure.
They're never going to watch this. I'm not going to put the hate out of the world,
Okay, I mean, that's fine. I just think we would all appreciate a little bit of tea.
Her name's...
Can you...
That's it.
Okay. Never mind then.
No, can I what?
Well, I was gonna... I don't know. I was gonna try and...
You want like a hint?
Keep going with the bit or something. I don't know.
Okay.
It's fine. We could move on. I don't know. What have you been up to, man?
I just got back to school this week.
What do you got in your hands?
My background is different.
You look like you're fiddling with something.
I am fiddling with something. Is that so cool?
Do you want to tell the audio listeners what it is?
No, fuck the audio listeners. They're going to have to watch the video. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Anyway, I just think it's really cool. Tina got me that for Christmas. She got me a little Lego set, and it's like a Minecraft Guardian battle thing. And I just think it looks really cool. It's sitting on my desk right now, and I've just been turning it around.
That's great, man.
Okay, well, so this is we're going to get back into being sexist for a second here.
Okay, I like this.
Quite the transition. About how you said that women don't have any hobbies.
And they don't.
Okay.
Right. I stand by that.
I don't know if that's true, but that's okay. One of my little hobbies as the fun little guy that I am is Legos, and I love Legos. And I really, really love Minecraft Legos. And so my girlfriend got me a set for Christmas. And so I was building it yesterday or whatever. But I think that men just like playing with toys. And that's like the end of the story. That's why we have hobbies. Like,
and I you're like saying women don't.
No, I'm not saying that they don't, but you said that women don't have hobbies. I'm just saying that men like to play with toys. It's like fucking like watching people play football. You're just throwing a ball around. You're just playing catch, dog. Like, we just like...
Yeah.
We like...
You're saying we men like doing things and women don't, is what
I didn't say that women don't.
No,
I'm just saying that men do.
Okay, but you said you were going to be sexist, which is what we're being, and that's okay.
Well, I'm being sexist by saying that all men like to play with toys. But, like, there are some guys who, like, like you're into math or you're into science or you're into whatever. But I feel like
But by saying that men do this, you're subliminally also saying that women do not.
No, I don't. I think that that's wrong.
Okay.
I don't think, like, if I was like, I'm trying to think of an example. But if I was just like, like, you're just making a generalization. It's like if I was like, oh, all people who play football are in really good shape. That doesn't insinuate that, like, everyone who plays every other sport is in bad shape.
Correct.
So me saying that men like doing something and doing things doesn't mean that women don't.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah, I am. So what are you going on about?
But also...
How? How is it a but also? I don't think... No, you're wrong. So what I was going to say is that, it's like you're like, for example, this is not necessarily applicable to you and I, but I'm just going to describe a scenario of like, stereotypical, something breaks in your house and your dad's like, oh, I'm going to fix it. Like, I'm going to,
Yeah.
The pipes under the sink, they're broken. I'm going to take all my tools. I'm going to buy a new pipe. I'm going to uncrank the old pipe. I'm going to take out all the mortar from the pipes, hold them together, and I'm going to replace the pipe. And I'm going to you're just playing with toys. You're just using tools.
That's
you're
not
building
a toy,
things.
Though.
It's a toy. It's a big boy toy. That's what it is.
No.
No, it is. It is.
That is not a toy. That is. It's a job for a lot of people.
It is. And I'm not trying to discredit that, but it's like you are using your brain in like a creative structural building way, like you would with Legos, which are a toy. So
no, this is a rectangles and squares thing, okay? Plumbing is not a toy. And I'll stand by that.
No, but like
being an electrician is not a toy. Maybe for some
that's
people,
totally different.
If it's their, how is it different?
Wires are a lot harder to put together than pipes.
You literally don't know. You don't know. You don't
yes, I
know
do.
that. No, you don't.
I do not think that everyone who knows how to replace a pipe also knows how to like rewire a light switch.
No,
but if you know how to rewire a light switch,
no.
I think that you know how to replace a pipe.
No, I'm saying plumbing and is similar to electricity in the sense that neither are toys.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair claim.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. But
I
if
just
you're
like
saying,
doing things with my hands, man. I like playing with things and putting things together.
Shut the fuck up
like
for
it's
2
a
seconds.
toy.
You're being an asshole right now.
Okay.
You're saying electricity is not a toy, but somehow plumbing is. Can you explain that?
Yeah. I think that and I think that replacing a pipe under your sink is different than tearing up
then
like
the thing that you
entire...
described as replacing a pipe under your sink. That's just plumbing, man.
Yeah, it is plumbing, but you're just like you're getting down and in it, and you're using your hands to like maneuver an object to a thing, and you're just taking it apart and putting it back together like you do with toys.
Oh, so are plumbers playing with toys when they're working? You can't say yes here. It's insane to say yes, Henry.
I'm gonna say no, obviously, but it's like,
but no, that wasn't obvious. You had to think about it.
Yeah, but no, I was gonna say no matter what. It would be ridiculous for me to just say that like working in Santa's workshop is the same thing as working.
But
as a
you're
plumber.
saying they're the same thing.
How are toy makers and plumbers different, Jackson? Please explain it to me.
Okay,
tell
first
me,
off, there's
tell
no
me one of
guy
Santa's...
who's like, I'm a toy maker. That guy does not exist.
Yeah, not anymore.
This
thanks
is a
to the
Hallmark
Industrial
Christmas
Revolution.
movie bullshit, bro.
Hear me out. I think that the guy who was a toy maker in fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the original stop-motion animation movie, who then went to be a dentist. Is that his name?
Yes.
He went to be a dentist. He's just playing with tools. Like, he would use his tools to make toys.
But the tools are not toys. And certainly...
No, the
cleaning
tools are
someone's
not
teeth
toys.
is not a toy either.
But there's something about using tools to make something like a toy, or like putting pipes together, or like assembling a house, or like there's something about doing tactile work, like whether that be like putting Legos together when you were a child,
You
or
just say you
assembling
like
a house.
Legos.
Yeah, I know I like Legos. But that's not what I'm trying to argue. No one's arguing that I don't like Legos. No one's like, oh, Henry doesn't like Legos. Fucking look at my cabinet. I do. But, like, there's something about putting things together that is just, I feel like, universally a satisfying experience.
Okay, but how is being an electrician
So
playing with toys?
It's not playing with toys. But there is something similarly satisfying and fulfilling about using objects such as tools and blocks. Blocks are like Legos to put something together and create something else.
So, okay, hold on. If an we've concluded that if an electrician is doing their job, they're at someone's house and they're wiring electricity. That
Right.
is not playing with toys. But
No, it's not playing with toys.
What
but
if
it's similar?
what if I'm an electrician and I'm doing it for fun in my own house? Is that playing with toys?
So maybe I think I explained what I was trying to get at a little wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to being sexist and say that all men, which is not true, but there's something satisfying about using your hands to build or make something.
No, I got that.
Using something else.
I
And
agree.
so maybe it's not playing with toys,
but
it's the kinesthetic experience of looking at your own work and like putting something together or playing with something that you made or something that you worked to build, seeing that as a result, like in the end, whether it be fixing your stuff out of the sink or like rewiring your light switch to be a dimmer switch. So you're like, oh my God, look at the lights in my kitchen. Now they get brighter and dimmer and brighter and dimmer instead of just being on and off. If you were rewiring in your own house, I think that is a man experience. And that doesn't mean that women can't do it, but I feel like, it's like my roommate, Nate, like his tire fucking popped. And so he was like, oh, like I need you guys to come help me replace my tire. Myself and all four of my other roommates who are not Nate all went outside to help Nate replace his tire because there's just something innately satisfying about like working with your hands to fix or move or create something like you would with toys.
Okay, first off, the reason all of you went outside to help with his tire is because none of you fucking have lives, okay? So that's... and you're also all helpful people. It's not because
you're right.
you as a man have an innate fucking primal instinct to go use your hands to make a thing.
I'm hunting, Jackson.
And also making things, it's not a quality of, like, you're just describing being proud of yourself, having done a thing.
I guess, but I feel like it's way more satisfying to, like, see something physically than it is, like, oh, I worked really hard on this presentation.
Well, yeah, because most of the time when you make a presentation, it's like for a dumbass job or a school project. You're not proud of that. You're just like, thank God I don't have to think about that anymore. That's not the same.
So. Okay, so I'm wrong. I suppose I
apologize. Think you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
I
can
think
respect that.
Other people would agree with you, but I will stand firmly and say that plumbing is not toys. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, okay, yes. I'm sorry. I did not mean to say that, like, plumbers are, like, toy makers. But they work in a profession where you work with your hands
things.
To which, where they make things, which in the end usually is a satisfying experience, I would say.
But is it not true if you're, like, an accountant?
I would be, I guess, okay, so, yeah, maybe you're right, because... a lot of people are accountants. I would be miserable.
Like maybe, but I'm
a lot
saying
of
like there are
like
different people
math.
out there, and some person out there, some insane person, like they probably at the end of the day they get done with a spreadsheet and they're like, you know what, I feel pretty good about what I've done today.
Yeah,
and that's the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud of that. I just
no one would say Excel is a toy.
I don't think that's true. You can do a lot of fun things in Excel, actually.
Name a fun thing you've done in Excel right now. Go.
I have not. I have not. However...
So you're saying women don't like Excel?
No, that's... What? It's not what I said.
Maybe I think what we're struggling with here is, what do women do?
Okay, so that's not what I was struggling with. If you want to say that,
we'll never
can.
know. Women are they're so mysterious and strange.
I think women are so beautiful, dude.
They're really beautiful.
You ever just like looked at a woman and been like, wow? You know what I'm saying?
I do that at least twice a week.
This is just me being like a generally way too optimistic and happy person. But you ever just looked at someone and been like, wow, like what a beautiful person?
Yeah.
Regardless of gender.
Done that.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that people do that. I don't think people think about how beautiful others are, you know?
I think people think this.
I don't think they do. I think there would be a lot more peace.
Well, I guess here's what it gets down to. Here's the brass tacks, if you will. Do you think most people are weird and fucked up, or normal and boring? Because I would say that normal and boring people do generally find beauty in everyday life, but weird, fucked up people who commit crimes and rob, I would say they don't as often see the beauty.
Well, then I guess if you think that is the case, then I think that there are more normal people. But I don't think that normal people stop to appreciate
Well, I think
life's daily.
Like you're thinking of normal
things.
Quote unquote is as people who they have no inner monologue. They're just like NPC. They walk around. They eat white bread. They eat Cheerios and shit. Right? That's not who I'm talking about. The normal people are like people who actually fucking think.
Okay, but I don't. I thought that most people were like that, and now that I have left my small town where I grew up, I don't think that most people are like that.
Okay.
Anymore.
I disagree. I think if anyone who's watched Yes Theory will tell you that most people are normal, I think.
That makes me happy, but in my own experience, I mean, I agree. I think that most people think and have an inner monologue. I guess maybe it's more like I am surprised by the lack of people that don't.
Sure.
How about that?
I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
You know,
we're looking at it as you're a glass half full and I'm a glass half empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that more people would think thoughts.
Sure.
I think most people still do. It's 75%, to say. Okay. Do you think it's higher than that? Lower than that? Is that accurate?
I have no idea. I'm not going to comment on the numbers. I don't think there's an objective way to measure that. So any study would be inherently flawed.
Yeah,
we don't know how the brain works. We can't do anything with the brain, honestly.
Do you think that everything has an objective truth? We're going to talk about philosophy.
Jesus Christ. Why do you always get so philosophical, man?
We've been philosophical for the past 5-10 seconds. Since I started the conversation.
That's not true. Every fucking time I switch to a topic on this damn podcast, you always want to get to the core.
Yeah, because I like.
And
the
I'm
core,
saying
man.
let's just be funny about. I want to talk about the cover of the book and why does that panda look so weird on it?
Yeah, you don't want to talk about how women don't have hobbies.
I do want to talk about that a little bit, to be honest.
I did think it was funny when I just pulled up TikTok one day and the first video on my For You page was just why don't women like things? And I was like, I don't think that's true.
They don't, though. Isn't that weird?
I think that there are less. What I was trying to get at with the play with toys thing is that so
yes,
maybe
let's go back to
playing with toys is for even adults. I do not think that I will ever not be a funny little whimsical I like small figures and toys guy, regardless of how old I get.
You're like the little brother from Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah, but I'm the oldest.
You have the tea kettle on his head.
Yeah, with the tea. I don't remember his name, but he's my goat.
I don't remember.
So yes, that is me. I'm that guy. I don't know, but that's because I think that is finding those like fun little things that you enjoy in life is like one of life's wonders.
Yeah.
But all women like to do is eat hot chip and lie and charge their phone. So
yeah, dude,
they're really missing out.
It's fucked up. They just go out on the town, and it's like, what are they doing out there?
It is crazy though how many of like my female friends come to me. They're like, "Yeah, I just like don't like any of my friends." I'm like, "Why are you friends with me?"
That's
They're
what
like,
I'm
yeah,
saying. There's
like,
something.
you know-
There's some deep division between men and women that I think needs to be healed.
I think so too. Like I don't like. It's like dudes. I was talking about this with my girlfriend today. She was like, "How come like guys don't hit on me when they see us together, but like girls will?" Like if you know, like why is there a division between like if guys see a woman and that woman is taken, then those men will like respect that.
Yeah.
But my girl, and this is coming from my girlfriend because I am not a woman, so I cannot share the experience of being a woman. But she is like, I feel like way more like she is a best friend, or not a best friend because they're definitely not friends anymore. But like she used to like this kid in high school, and one of her like closest friends was like, "Oh yeah, like he's pretty cute," and then just like started talking to him like instead of her.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's like crazy, fucked up, and weird." And she was like, "No, that's like pretty normal." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like that's just like I'm not even trying to like be like sexist or like generalize, but I feel like that is something that apparently happened from what I have been told, which again is only the experience of from multiple people, but like it wouldn't be an accurate representation of the entire population of men and women in the world. But like apparently that is a common thing that like happens.
Yeah, I think from like if it's you and your girlfriend and a girl is hitting on you, I think someone explained it to me once as the girl is like, oh, the guy has already been like vetted by another girl, which means I can date him and it's gonna be okay.
Oh, so it's like
you don't want to have to like the girl has to like fix every guy that is born, right? At some point, every guy has to be fixed.
That's
by
actually
their
so
girlfriend.
fair because my sister does that shit. She's like, yeah, dude, this guy, like, he's fucking awful, but like, I can fix him. And I'm like, don't, why? Like, just don't. Why would you talk to that guy in the first place? He's an asshole.
You fix a guy a little bit,
hot.
you push him back out into the world, and you say, you know, that's like the girl code. It's like, I fix this one up for you a little bit. You can take it from here. It's like I fixed the engine, and you know now
it's like you gotta fix
the heads
like
up
the lights
display
and the
is
brakes.
a little fucked up, but you know you could work on that. So,
but I also think that that's like shitty of like guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you fucking like why do you need to be like fixed up? You know what I'm saying?
I think women are evil.
Amen to that. Am I right? All my ladies in the chat. Aren't you just a witch casting spells and
you ever
doing
seen
all
Maleficent?
sorts of voodoo?
Like that shit's crazy, dude.
Snow White is the hero of the story, and she is also a woman. I just want to point that out.
I think but if they made a sequel on Halloween, you know what I'm saying?
Who knows? Who knows what
we don't know, right?
We don't know. Yeah, Cinderella would be like all stealing Maleficent's man. There would be chaos. There would be arguing.
It would just be bad.
It would be bad.
And this is the thing where it's like, you know, the girl and the guy, they go out to the function or whatever, and the girl has like an evil inside her, like behind, like when they're like in the corner of the party and they're just talking to each other. They're like, the girl's always like, did you see fucking Betsy? And did you see how she snickered after I said this thing? And you're just like, the guy's always like, what the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah, right.
You know
and it's
what
like
I'm saying?
I would not describe myself as like, you know, like I think thoughts and whatever, and like I need to get to know someone to like become friends with them.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like think thoughts, but like have you ever been with like a frat?
Yeah.
Have you ever like I feel like I could confidently walk up to any guy at a frat party and be like, "Sup, bro?" and dap them up, and like that would be it. Like I would be in, and they'd be like we'd be cool, like we would just be buds.
No, I guess it depends on the frat particularly. Some frats are like they're just like very much smoke weed, 420 blaze it, and some frats
that's fair.
are like, welcome to fucking Harvard, asshole. We're the rowing team. You better ship up or ship out.
Or ship out, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's maybe it's more like the frat culture here, like at Ohio State, is like really like party based, and so like a lot of the guys at the frats are like party guys.
Yeah,
and they're like
your
smoke
frats
weed guys.
Make people like climb up oiled poles naked.
Yeah, like totally naked, and then like they get pictures taken of them, and if they don't do it in like 20 seconds, they're posted to their like LinkedIn directly.
Yeah,
it's wild.
But then jobs later they see that and they say,
and then they got the knife room. They were like, oh yeah, you went to SIG app, and they're like, oh cool,
you
man,
did the naked pole climb too. Dude,
I had to do that, and it's like, why?
Welcome to Morgan Stanley.
That?
You know,
yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck. But it's like I feel like in my mind that is like I would associate that as being like a normal person experience, and that I am weird for not wanting to do that. Like whatever's like popular, and I would like the people that you think of as the jocks in high school who like go off to school and go to frats.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like it's not by any means, but like if you say like normal people, like that's what I think of people who like don't really like deeply think about their actions and like whatever they're doing, and someone's like, hey, climb that pole naked, it's slicked in oil, we're gonna take pictures of you and post on your LinkedIn, and they're like, yeah, I'll do that. Like I don't think that's normal. I think you should think about that and be like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, I think you're substituting the word popular for normal in that scenario, right? Because there's a difference between like
which is solely like because of where I grew up and where I went to high school. Because that's totally not how it is at all, like in real life at all.
Yeah, but you're substituting what you think of as like something a lot of people talk about versus something that actually a lot of people do. Like the average person does not join a frat or a sorority or whatever, but the average person has probably interfaced with them in some to some extent.
Like, I thought it was awesome when my freshman year, everyone on the, do you know the app, fucking Yik Yak?
Yik Yak? I love Yik Yak.
Yeah, Yik Yak's so funny. When everyone on Yik Yak collectively was just like, let's just like clown on Greek life because they're so fucking lame. And I'm like, that's so true.
Yeah.
And that was like most people like agreed on that. And I was like, oh yeah. Like, so most people like aren't in frats and whatever. Like, you know, they're like rational, like thinking beings.
I mean, it's also a thing where it's like, you know, what your perception of normal is based on, like what you surround yourself in. Like if you're browsing 4chan and the QAnon boards all day, like that's pretty normal to you. But in reality, that's not like a popular thing. What's popular is like Markiplier, right?
Hello, everybody.
Like, but the difference with like YouTube videos, because like with a YouTube video, you can be like, oh shit, it has 200 million views. This is a popular video. Yeah. But like with the idea of a frat, like the idea of a frat doesn't have a view count.
Right.
You can't judge. It's harder to judge, I should say, based on
than just like
what's popular or
Markiplier Five Nights at Freddy's.
What do you think the most viewed video is?
Isn't it just like the me at the zoo video?
No, well, okay, so on YouTube it's like Baby Shark.
Oh.
And it has like 150 nonillion views or whatever. But...
No nillion. But you mean like obviously there aren't even that many people on the planet, hypothetically. So it's not like all of those are from different people.
What video do you think has been seen by the large? Because like with Baby Shark, it's like obviously like it's just kids watching it, and it just plays on repeat like 800,000 times for one person, which is why it's viewed so much. Whereas like Gangnam Style, you know, that's a song like people replay, but certainly not replayed as much as Baby Shark, unfortunately.
Right.
So it's like, what's the most viewed video like that in terms of the number of people that have actually
the actual like amount of individuals who have seen the video, not just like the views on YouTube.
And let me suggest one idea first. Okay. 2 girls, 1 cup.
Can I confide something in you?
Yeah.
I've never seen Two Girls, One Cup.
That's crazy. It's too bad that Google's down.
It's also too bad that one time my friend was like, "Oh, you should watch it," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, it's that video took the world by storm.
It did. Yeah, but like, I don't think, like, my fucking dad has never. I guess I can't make that claim. Maybe he has seen Two Girls, One Cup. I have no idea. I really hope not.
Let's discuss let's discuss whether or not your dead dad has seen Two Girls, One Cup.
I really hope not. And I didn't bring that up because he's dead. I just brought that up as like an example of like my parent.
But I think it's funny though.
I watch. Maybe he has.
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be even funnier if he saw it in the afterlife. That'd be crazy.
Like I think my mom has seen Gangnam Style, or maybe she hasn't.
Yeah, well,
I don't
sorry.
know.
So that's why I brought it up. The person who showed me Gangnam Style was my dad.
Okay.
And I used to watch it all the time with my siblings, and we would dance in his living room. It was the best.
Wow.
That's why I brought that up. But that context does make the joke way funnier. But like, so, both of my parents have 100% seen Gangnam Style, for sure.
100%.
I know my mom has not seen Two Girls, One Cup, and I'm fairly confident that my late father has also not seen Two Girls, One Cup.
Okay.
But, like, I feel like we have to think about, like, percentage of people that are on the internet as well. Because, like, most people on the internet are, like, people who are, like, I'm going to say plus or minus 10 years older or younger than us.
Sure.
Is, like, average or, like, most frequent internet, most chronically online.
Most chronically online is probably us, I think.
I don't think that's true.
Here,
anymore.
Okay, I think Gen Alpha is like on technological devices for longer periods of time than our generation. But I think Zoomers, they go a lot deeper. Like, we understand a lot more. We've seen the fucking cobwebs in the corner. And the fucking babies that are Gen Alpha, they only know of the building
they only
blocks.
know of, like,
they haven't got to Markiplier yet, I don't think.
Yeah, they're all just like, Skibbity Riz in Ohio,
yeah.
Whatever. Which, like, we talk about, ironically, I think. I do.
I do.
I don't know if it's ironic for everyone, but you know what I mean.
Although I was saying this the other day, I was like, dude, I was watching some Phantom clips, and I was like, this guy's pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie.
He is funny. Yeah.
But yes, we talk about that ironically, whereas like Gen
Not
Alpha very
everyone
much
does.
does not. But it's like at the same time, like I know of Iceland's most famous pop star, and my little brother has no
fucking clue
who Bjork is. It's just not.
But what is? I'm gonna look it up on Bing since Google is down.
Right, that's a good idea.
Age of Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha is like 2010 plus, I think, or like 2015 plus.
No, I don't. I looked up Gen Alpha. The first picture is a graph. The second picture is just like pictures of kids looking at an iPad. No shit. I know who it is.
Yeah.
Early 2010s, mid 2020s. Okay.
Yeah.
I also, considering that the second generation, like it says 1901 to 1927, is regarded as the greatest generation, I think that's fucked up. I know that they came up with the names.
Yeah, they did.
If they call themselves the greatest. Shut the fuck up.
It's a little fucked up that, like, if at the first Olympics, the guy who got second, he was like, actually, mine is the gold medal. So,
yeah.
Have fun with that one, asshole.
Yeah, fuck you, pal. But yeah,
actually, it's actually way harder to get second than it is first, because there's only one second place, but everyone tries to get first.
Wait, so we're just called Zoomers?
We're Gen Z.
Yeah, but so instead of being called like Zoomers is like,
what do you? Okay, make a name right now. Go.
No, like I don't know. It just doesn't go as well. Like it just sounds very.
Also, speak into the microphone, asshole. You're on a podcast.
It just sounds very unprofessional.
Well, I mean, Gen X.
But so does like baby boomers.
Gen
like
Y.
Baby boomers.
Well, Gen Y
really
is like millennials, but
Yeah.
It's still Gen Y. Here's what I think we should be called. We should be called Generation walking away from an explosion while putting sunglasses on. But I think that name's a little too long now that I'm thinking about it. I think we should be called
Generation walking away slowly as a building behind me explodes and I place on Ray-Bans.
We should be called Generation we can only recognize Keanu Reeves in a movie.
I do. Do you also feel like consciously stupid about some of those things? Like when someone's like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" and I just like haven't.
No. What I do this cool thing. Someone's like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not a fucking loser." And that usually goes over pretty well.
What about like your parents though?
That works even better on them because they're like, obviously you wouldn't have seen a movie from 1977. You know what I mean?
See, every once in a while you get one of the like, or if you're in like, I don't know about
like my stepdad can't make fun of me for not having seen fucking Charlie Chaplin in The Greatest Dictator. Like that's not a thing that was.
Why the fuck has he seen Charlie Chaplin in The Greatest Dictator?
I don't, because back then your family had a VHS player, but only
they had like three
tapes, and you just rotated through them.
You know the concept of like my family never had like one of those minivans that had like the TVs in it, but you know how those were like really popular.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude, yeah.
You know, like 10 years ago when we were really young. What would be like your choice? Because did your family have a fucking
No, we were never that rich.
That's what I'm saying. But I remember my friend Ryan. His mom had for a really, really long time had a minivan with like the TVs in it.
Yeah.
And there was like a little while there where my mom bought like the ones that you would like strap to the back of the headrest.
Yeah.
And like what would be your choice? And I'm gonna say choice because obviously we didn't really do it until I was already like 13, so I was like I don't give a fuck about this. Like what would be your choice of car movie?
Well, it's okay. So
we do top 3.
First, I'll say that now that I'm an adult, that shit is lame as hell. I will never buy a car with a fucking TV in it. Are you kidding me?
100% agreed.
My ass is the one driving. I'm not going to put on a movie for other people. I want to fucking talk and have a real human connection.
Thank you.
Okay, but
I agree with you. However, in this specific scenario,
now that you've jogged my memory a little bit, I think we took a trip down to, I forget if it was Florida or Myrtle Beach, but we rented a van that had a TV screen in it, or it was like 2. I think it was like one for the middle row and one for the back row of the van.
Damn, shit's bougie.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's very like 8th grade trip to DC core films that I would pick, right? So it's like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Up.
Dude, Up is like one of the best films I think they've ever made.
And Saw 3 probably is what I would go for.
Saw 3, Escape from Saw. They acted it out in Fortnite.
Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw 6, Saw 2, not Saw 1. That's too rare to find nowadays. Can't find it anywhere. I don't know. I'm just saying that.
No, okay.
Cool. I really wanted to see Saw 10, but I never saw it.
Hey, we could go see it together.
Well, it's not in theaters anymore.
You could come over and we can watch it.
Yeah, whatever fucking the streaming service that it's probably on, neither of us have. It's like on Peacock or some shit. Next to The Office.
My grandma has Peacock. That shit annoys me so much. Like, why are there just fucking... It's just turning into cable again. Like, are we fucking stupid?
Yes.
We had it all figured out where, like, it was just Netflix and, like, Hulu, maybe.
I think it's still better than cable because you can just like...
It's definitely still better, but now all of the streaming services, like Amazon Prime now, unless you have, like, the highest... Like, they're going to change it. So, like, the price you pay now, I think... Like, I have the student plan, so I get, like, Prime shipping and whatever, and it's, like, $7 a month, and I also get Amazon Prime Video. They're gonna change it so that if you have like the standard Amazon Prime plan, you get ads, but you have to pay for the more expensive one to like just watch your shows with no ads. I'm like, dude, this is just fucking cable. Like, why am I paying for like this one specific website or company streaming service to just like have ads? Like Hulu has ads, even if you pay for it. And then they have like a top tier subscription, which is like, you know, like $20 a month or whatever, which doesn't have ads. But it's like, what, like, why? I mean, I know why, but like, I thought the whole purpose was that like, you know, streaming is like, oh, it's nice because maybe it doesn't have every show that I want, which is why they're able to have, you know, like this IP gets this show and whatever. So, you know, I can, at least I know that I can watch this show, but now I can't even watch this show without watching a fucking 15-second interjection about Old Spice. And I'm pissed about it.
Me, when people still haven't found out about moncris.co.ru
or 123movies.com.
It's 123movies.xyz. Check your privilege. I still think it's better than, instead of paying $98 a month for 1,000 channels, you could just pay $10 a month to watch Stranger Thing a couple times.
But I feel like it's getting, like, we're building back up to that. I think it will always be like less expensive than cable, but like, you know, it's getting to that.
Well, I mean, cable's gonna disappear at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, especially like infrastructure wise, it just doesn't make any sense to keep it going anymore.
Yeah, you gotta have it fucking wired into your TV, unless you have, or into your house, unless you have satellite, which is like,
why would you get
really
a
super
satellite? It doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, used to be super futuristic, and now it's like, why the fuck do I?
People are like, oh, I don't have to get wires because I have a satellite, and then one cloud shows up, and it ruins their whole fucking day.
Yeah, it's like having a home phone.
Oh my god, a landline, dude.
Worst ever, dude.
My apartment has landlines. It's really funny.
Yeah. And like, obviously I know that they can't just like change infrastructure immediately to just be like, yeah, everyone's house no longer has like a landline.
Well, landline is also just Ethernet, which is a thing that people use still.
Yeah.
So.
But you get it from like a different, yeah. It's like, it's the same, isn't it the same cable? It's just like.
Yeah. It's complicated, but yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah. But like, just like, we all have a cell phone. But like, my grandma still has a home phone, but she lives alone. So she has a cell phone, which she like has on her at all times. So I was like, why do you still have your home phone? She's like, well, what if I forget my cell phone? And I'm like, just try not to. Like, I don't.
Here's what I'll say. Okay. I love cathode ray tubes. And I think we need to bring them back.
Yeah, man.
Full scale. 2024 is the year of the CRT TV. I think they're back in full swing now. We've seen them creep back into, bachelor pads all around the country. Okay, and now they're going to be, I think, a staple in American homes again. I want that.
I don't think that will happen.
I think it's already happening around you. Have you ever been on TikTok, loser?
Honestly, not really.
No, people everywhere. It's like how our generation is, for some reason, people like buying vinyl again.
Yeah.
Like what I'm predicting.
Oh, you mean like it's becoming has it already?
It's becoming a bigger. I mean, it's a big thing already, but it's becoming a bigger and bigger thing. Like, it's like how when Taylor Swift's Midnights released, Taylor Swift had every vinyl production company in the entire United States making vinyl of her album because that's how much it sold.
That's
in vinyl.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I would believe it. Like, I feel like there's just something.
I think what I'm predicting here is a return to physical media that, particularly our generation, and I think the next generation is going to appreciate more than like millennials and our parents.
Yeah. Well, but I feel like my parents, for example, like I feel like my parents still Like they are not millennials, but I feel like they still appreciate like physical media.
No,
But I feel
like my mom and my stepdad still have like CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a bigger thing for us because digital will go into, like, for lack of a better word, like its next stage, its next phase in the boss fight. You know what I'm saying? Like where digital media, like back then it was like fuck, a CD was the only way to listen to music or whatever. And in the future, people are gonna be like, oh fucking, all I do is Spotify and fuck whatever, right? So it'll be like a special thing to buy vinyl instead of the only way to appreciate the medium.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's also just something there's something cool and nice about having like something physical that you can collect.
Yes, it's a big collector's thing. It's like video games, but it's
like video games. It's like Pokemon cards. It's like fucking pop figures. It's like whatever.
Yeah, but this cool. Also goes into the thing you were talking about with streaming services, where it's like, I think people are just gonna want to have The Office on fucking Blu-ray instead of having to be like Netflix has it and then Peacock has it and then you have to go to the stream.theoffice.co.uk with a VPN, and then it's everywhere, and you always have to pay $15.99, and you still get I'll just buy it on Blu-ray, bro.
Yeah, because then you just have it forever, and then
that's
you like. I think especially our generation and the way that financially the world is right now, it would be so much better for me to just pay. It's like one of my least favorite things about like the Adobe suite. Is how like every year, like instead of me just paying, like I would so much rather pay a lump sum of like $500, which sounds outrageous, but it is probably the amount that's how much an Adobe like suite, the whole thing subscription would cost for like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like $500. I would so much rather pay $500 to just have like all of the Adobe softwares like for that year, and then if I want to like upgrade them down the line, I would pay like $50 or whatever, than having to pay 200 and whatever dollars it is like per year.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like, especially the way that like the world is going, like we're just in a really bad financial time. It's so much better to like save up money and be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, but then at least I know that I have it, and I'm not gonna have to, like I'm not gonna pay. It's like leasing a car. Like so many people would rather buy a car because then at least they know at the end of the lease they'll like have something.
They actually own the car.
Yeah. It's like owning something is nice because at least you have that security that it's yours, and you don't like if you stop paying. Yeah, at the end of your lease, you either have to buy the car or you're like, oh, buy car.
Yeah.
It's like a home. Like you would like, I guess home. It's kind of also more like a house is more of like an investment.
I mean, a car and home are weird in that sense because there is like they create like a security in the sense that you can just sell it.
Yeah.
So
like if you need to, if you own it, but it's like
like
it's so much easier to budget for me being like, oh, I have I make $1,600 a month. I'm gonna put away like $100 a month for 6 months to buy something. So then I pay that $600, the full Adobe suite once, but then I'm done, and then I don't have to do it again.
Yeah,
and then I can put that $100 per month like away still, and like save it for something else, or put it away for my retirement or whatever.
Yeah.
But like right now, I know that it's a better business model to have a subscription because then you have constant cash flow, and that's why fucking everybody does it, and it makes sense. But I feel like it's like not that it's anti-consumer because it makes something technically more affordable if like people are like, oh, well, instead of, buying Netflix for $100, I can just pay $7 a month for, whatever. And I have $7 right now, but I might not have $100 like saved up.
Right.
I feel like it's teaching like bad money habits.
I mean, ads are like ads kind of changed business forever, basically, like online ads. I mean, because it's like now if you're a business, you can just be like, You can make a product for free that everyone can have, but you just run ads on it. So then you make money off of those people. And if people don't want ads, they pay for no ads, and you still make money off of them. Right. It's like, it makes no sense not to do.
Yeah, no, it's a great business model. As a business owner, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. But it sucks that
the consumer loses out in the end, for sure. Yeah.
I feel like we need to come together as a people to like come to some sort of common consensus where we're all like, yeah, we either do this and, this is like good for the business owner and they like give back to the economy and like that's why it's fine to have subscriptions, which trickle-down economics does not work. So it's not happening. In a perfect world, it would be fine, but it's not. So instead, we're going to be like more pro-consumer like in our business. And some businesses are run like that, but a lot of them are not.
Maybe we just need
more chill vibers and weed smokers.
I get that is always just the solution to everything. We need more vibe preservers.
I would say we need more life enjoyers,
We need some people like, if you show up to a function, you should not be trying to fuck up the vibes of the function.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We need a vibe protector.
We don't need vibe protectors. If no one's on the offensive, we don't need people on the defensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we should have no one on the offensive.
Yeah. Got to stop putting hate out into the world.
But like if you show up to the function and the vibe is, doing cocaine and poppers and shit, then I'm not going to stop that. You can do whatever you want, I guess.
My friend revealed to me today that he did coke, and like in a very casual conversation. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like I'm not hating. I just, it was just very surprising. It's not something that I would do, but like it's, whatever, man.
What's the hardest drug you would put through your veins?
Weed.
Pussy.
Yeah. I have a horrible body, dude. My body does not take most things very well. So I don't think that I would,
You and I, we should do horse tranquilizer for a video.
No. We could. We could.
We could.
I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. We should do it.
But we could.
No, we should do it though. Henry, come on, let's do horse tranquilizer.
I am curious. And that's the thing about me. I said I just like to play with Legos. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a sexist man who likes to work with his hands.
Yeah.
There's just something about that horse tranquilizer in my hand and getting to put it into my body and my veins by hand.
Right.
It's like a toy.
I mean, you don't have to do it like that. Okay, well, maybe we shouldn't say that.
What do you mean you don't have to? Are there multiple ways to take horse tranquilizer?
There's multiple ways to do everything in this world, Henry. People are pouring beer down their ass thinking it's going to get them drunk, okay? It's 2024.
Well, that's like kind of scientifically sort of accurate. You have little taste buds in your butthole.
No, that's not.
Okay. Anyway, they're not taste buds, but carry on.
I saw someone on Twitter say that there should be like an alcohol that's like 2% alcohol so they could drink all day. Do you agree with that?
No. That just sounds like Nicorette gum, but like for alcoholics.
But it's less alcohol.
Yeah, but the point of drinking alcohol is to get drunk. So if you're always just like fucking edging yourself by drinking 2% alcohol.
No. Drinking alcohol is because you enjoy the finer qualia of it.
I don't
you
think
enjoy
that's true.
You enjoy its oaky taste.
I think it depends. Like drinking wine like that, yes. It's like, oh, I enjoy I like fucking wine snobs. So like, oh, I sense the hint of hazelnut in this Snoop Dogg 19 Crimes wine. They don't. They're making it up, but it's whatever, and that's fine. But like if I'm at a party and someone's like, "Do you want a natty light?" Like I would never say. First of all, I would never say yes. Do I want a natty light? I'll have one. I don't want it, but I'll have one. Sure. But like no one. I don't want to drink natty light. It's like a hobby. I'm not like, oh, the hint of, is that gasoline? Like, oh my God, it just goes down so well.
Dude, you show up to the wine tasting and you pull out a fucking reusable straw.
You pull out the metal straw.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, hey guys, check this out. You hit it against the neck of the bottle. It just shatters, and then you put it in there and you start drinking it.
You whip it out like it has its own like AirPod case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which it does.
It does. Of course it does.
You bring it. It comes on a keychain with a little carabiner to hook to your belt buckle. You walk in, you go, hey guys, you're spinning it around on your finger, and then you go.
Yeah, yeah.
That would go so hard.
Okay,
actually.
this is a dumb question.
Okay.
Are there people out there?
Yes.
And I know the answer is yes, but I want to ask the question regardless.
Well, you didn't finish the question. I thought that was the question. I have been out there, and I've seen people. They're there.
No. Are there people out there who are legitimately addicted to wine? Like people are addicted to drinking, like they go home after work and they slam 8 beers on the drive home?
But you mean like they only drink wine?
Not that they only drink wine, but that they are addicted to wine. Like wine is the thing that they like. Instead of smoking a pack of cigs, you have an entire bottle of wine.
Yeah, I want to say no.
The answer has to be yes, right? Because,
it has to be
because
yes.
there are millionaires who have rooms for this
right.
thing that they probably don't even do every day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like my aunt and uncle have like a wine cellar. My aunt doesn't drink. So it's like I feel like it's just like it's going back to the fucking collection of physical objects and media. Like people just like to have things.
Yeah. People are greedy.
Wine.
Ooh, sinful.
Sinful. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like you never hear about people who are they're like they go through wine withdrawal, you know?
Yeah, they're never like, oh man, like I really need a glass.
Fuck, I need a glass of wine, so they like sell their Rolex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one does that. But they do that for alcohol, like, generally.
Yeah, they do it for cigarettes. They do it for cocaine. They do it for heroin. Although heroin, the market's a little bit different. You're, like, stealing a pair of tennis shoes and then trading them in at Nike so you can do heroin. It's not... Heroin is not a rich man's drug. Not that you don't need a lot of money to get it, because you do. But rich people, like...
Not very user-friendly.
Rich people have access to other drugs that they can do.
Yeah, they do. Like, if they're going to do heroin, it's going to be like black tar, you know?
No, they aren't even doing black tar, man. Rich people are out here...
The finer things.
They find, like, things that are drugs that are not drugs, right? Like,
sure.
Rich people end up on My Strange Addiction. They're like, I can't stop eating fucking mattresses. Not the mattress.
I was just going to bring that up.
I hate to bring her up because she's so over brought up, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, it is like, I think, the most
I don't think
viewed
she
My
was
Strange Addiction
rich,
episode.
No. But, you know, there's some rich guy out there who's like, I love eating, you know, like a certain, like, rare spider or something.
I can't quell my rare spider addiction.
They just can't get enough of eating brown reclusi.
It's just the fucking, like, rare fish investment meme.
Yeah.
But in a different font.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm so rich, I just can't stop eating fucking the speckled hornswaggle.
Dude, have you ever seen a picture of a tuna?
Yeah.
And how they're like 8 stories tall?
They're ginormous.
I ate a tuna once, and then I was like, no way, that shit is that big. That's crazy, dude.
Can we get a tuna image? Tuna image.
Like they're legitimately as tall as like a first-story mobile home.
I really want to bring this. They are ginormous, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I just want you to know that. So a group of fish is called a school.
Correct.
In if you look it up on Bing, which let's be giving the context here is Bing, if you look up tuna, it'll describe like the scientific like species under it.
Yeah, the scientific name of tuna.
Yeah, it describes their like their grouping as like a tribe.
Yeah,
which I just think is really funny.
Well, they're a tribe, but they stick together.
I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Well,
they describe them as a tribe.
That's just how they behave. Like they go in tribes,
Yeah,
like they raise each other. They have a shaman.
The Atlantic bluefish tuna weighs on average 550 pounds and measures 6.6 feet long. That's crazy. That's a big ass fish. That's a huge fish.
Almost LeBron James.
If he was a fish.
Yeah. Well, not even I'm saying like that fish is almost as tall as LeBron James. If that fish were in high school, he would be playing basketball.
How tall is LeBron?
LeBron's like 7, right? He's 7 something, I think. He's a tall guy.
Height. Not in meters, dog. I don't know what that means.
Well, tell us in meters.
I put feet, and it's still giving me 2.06.
Dude, that's big.
He's 6'9"? Holy shit.
Okay, yeah, I thought he was taller than that, but...
That's still bigger than your average, I guess, average.
It's still that's basketball heights, for sure.
It does say 6.6 feet long on average, and to be fair, if we think about average person...
Yeah.
That's like 5...
There's a significant standard deviation of
5'11", 5'10",
that are 7 feet.
Yeah. So that means that there is a tuna LeBron out there.
There is a tribe of tuna that could beat the Cavaliers in basketball.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
You're right. I mean, they're not doing too hot right now, so that
Okay. How many people
how many tuna would it take to
how many of us plus our friends do we need to beat LeBron James in like a 1v blank of game of basketball? Yeah.
I think it's less than you would think, but still definitely way more than 1.
I think we legit need like 7.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say like 10.
Oh, really? I don't think it's 10. 10 I think we can squeeze by with 7, but it's close.
It would be close.
Like it's
well, that's why I said
close.
10 because 10 we win for sure.
Yeah. 10 is like we have one guy, like most area of the court is filled by our wingspans if we have 10 guys.
And he'd probably still score like quite a bit.
Yeah.
I saw this tweet the other day that this guy was like, hey, like a bunch of people have been like, hey, I think we should have like in the Olympics, speaking of crazy athletes, in the Olympics, we should have one average person competing for contests.
Yeah.
Which is funny as a concept. I actually think that we should just take the Olympians out of it altogether. If the Olympics is a true measure of each country's, athletic expertise, we'll say, ability, we should just take, it should just be like the Hunger Games, where they draw, 5 people every year, and you gotta go. I think it'd be sick. It'd be so funny.
No, I wouldn't. My ass would be dodging the draft on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
No, and you can choose to not, but think about how funny it would be. Think about the announcing.
I don't think
potential.
It would be that funny.
Think about the announcement potential. I think if you have 2 or more good announcers from each country as well, and they're not randomly selected. This is their job, full time.
Okay.
They're funny
the
people.
Valorant casters for...
We get the Valorant casters if they were funny. And we get them.
Well, they are funny.
They are funny. We get the Valorant casters out there and we go, oh, and from America, we've got Dale.
Yeah.
39-year-old electrician.
Dale Earnhardt. He's already a professional athlete. He's just doing something else this time.
That's... What does he do?
He's a Formula 1 driver. or is he NASCAR? I don't know. He's one of those.
I don't know. He races.
He's a
racist.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt, professional racist out here, and instead we've got him curling, not weights, ladies and gentlemen, on the ice.
In the Olympics, there should be like a racist rap battle off.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Why does it have to be racist?
Because that would be funny. No, I think
hard.
the idea of this is funny, but I would not watch it.
Okay, how about maybe we have it be a separate thing than the Olympics? Because obviously there's a lot of tradition and people work really hard to go to the Olympics and that's like their life.
Okay, no one would watch it still, is the thing.
I would watch it 100%. I would be so much more inclined to watch that than the Super Bowl, and it's not even close.
This is like women's sports, okay? There's a reason no one watches. Okay, this is what it's like, though. There's no audience for this. There's no audience who's like, I want to watch a guy who's never played soccer play against 18 other guys that have also never played soccer. That shit is lame as hell.
I think it's conceptually funny that it's supposed to be a competition between nations. I think that's what makes it funny.
Yes, that is conceptually funny. I think the better idea of this already happened in real life, and it's where in World War I, the British played soccer with the Germans on Christmas.
That's the second time you've brought that up in the past week, which I think is a crazy reference.
No, I haven't brought that up.
Yeah, no, we talked about it in Valorant the other day.
No, we didn't. No.
Yes, we did.
We
I
did
promise.
Not. No,
it did happen.
No. This did
There's
not
no way
happen.
that someone else I know brought that up.
I think that is a very likely scenario.
No, you're the only person intelligent and funny enough, like the right combo of that, to bring that up that I know.
But I'm so funny that I wouldn't bring it up this often unless I thought it was that worth it. And if I had said it earlier, I wouldn't be saying it now.
No, but you could reuse it on the podcast if it was funny the first time.
No, I don't reuse things on the podcast.
Okay.
I only bring my fucking sluggers out for this shit.
You bring the dingers, the home runner out of the parker.
I bring the homers. Yeah, man.
Bases loaded.
Bing! I'm out here. I'm trying to bat 1,000, man. I'm trying to be in the fucking Hall of Fame. And
yeah.
Where is it? It's in Ohio.
Of baseball?
Yeah. Is it not?
No. The Football Hall of Fame is in Canton. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of football, probably.
Which, crazy that the Football Hall of Fame, like football, largest sport in America, Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio.
You'd think they'd put it, like, next to the stadium. But
yeah,
they
or
didn't
like
do
one
that.
of them. Like one of the stadiums. Even Cleveland, I'd be like, oh, yeah, the Browns. Like, are they good? They're good right now, actually, which is awesome.
We are actually doing really well right now.
We're doing really well right now,
for
which
the
is
first
nice.
time in our existence, I think.
In the past 2 eons of the Browns playing.
Well, a couple years ago, we made it to the playoffs, right? Like 2 years ago or something.
I think it was a little bit longer than that.
I mean, we got to one playoff game and then we lost, but, that's pretty good by our standards. So
yeah, it's tough for all the Ohio State fans though, because they're playing the Texans on I think on Saturday, and our quarterback now plays for the Texans. So if you're an OSU fan but you're from Cleveland, it's gonna be tough. What do you root for?
There's a lot of drama. Well, you don't
Lots of drama.
root for the guy. This is a LeBron situation. You don't root for the traitor. I don't turn up for the Miami Heat like that.
No, I'm with you. A lot of people are torn.
That's crazy.
I still want
that
the
people
Browns
would
to win.
Be like that, but also calling them the Texans is crazy. But whatever.
That's the team. That's what the team is named.
Are they not playing the Cowboys?
No, they're playing the Texans, like the Houston Texans.
I didn't know that was a team. I'm gonna. Be honest.
Can you believe that?
I didn't know that.
Can you imagine if our fucking football team was the Cleveland Ohioans or like the Cincinnati Ohioans?
Well, I mean,
what a stupid ass name.
We have there's a Rochester AFL team, or not AFL. It's whatever the hockey division below the NHL is.
I think it's just the AHL.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, I said AFL. Okay, maybe it's the I don't know.
It is. It has an A in it.
But the subdivision that's below the NHL, like the Rochester hockey team is called the Rochester Americans.
That's interesting.
Which is, I'm not gonna say I'm great at naming things either. Okay, I spend 30 minutes on the fucking naming screen every time I catch a Pokemon, but
No, what's below the whatever? They're not telling me what's below the NHL.
I don't know. They play the Lake Erie Monsters sometimes.
Yeah.
Either way, life is its own bag of mysteries and tricks.
Yeah, and so you should be a man and take interest in them instead of women.
Right. If you're a woman, you're not listening to this quite
No, I have some female friends who listen to our podcast. So shout out, love you guys.
There are
Get a job.
women listening to this. They do not have hobbies, so it doesn't make sense. It's kind of one of those, like, if you go back in time and you kill your grandfather, do you cease to exist kind of things. There's no woman that could be here because none of them have hobbies.
Okay.
If a woman was here, it would mean that they have hobbies, and women, maybe what I'm discovering is that they actually just don't exist. They're all like lizards and shit.
Yeah. All women, lizards.
That being said, don't forget to tune in next week. We're going to have Jim Carrey on the pod.
Yeah. He almost showed up.
Almost.
He was running late.
It's unfortunately just some scheduling conflicts that we had to work through. But now we've figured out the issues. Jim Carrey's going to be on the pod next week, so
he was busy,
and that's how we'll get women to watch. Okay, because women love Jim Carrey.
Dude,
they
call
love
me
him.
a woman.
Okay, I'm not going to do that, but
color me a woman.
If that's what you want to be called, I will gladly call you that. But I don't think that's what you're asking.
No, I just like Jim Carrey.
And I do too. And if you like Jim Carrey, tune in to the next episode of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one.